Hello class, it's me, your professor, Prof. B. Happy week 2. I hope you're all ready. Now this is when the rubber meets the road, so to speak. Glad to see you all checked in on that first discussion, if you will, introductions. There's a few more of those discussion topics sprinkled throughout the course. I'm not a big fan of the discussions. It's just me personally, this class, it's mathematics based, so it's hard to find questions that really invoke a lot of thought that are asynchronous in a self-paced course like this as it is. So just so you know, yeah, do what you can with those. Make sure you at least hit it up once or twice, but don't get overly obsessed about having to get seriously engaged. I'd rather you focus your efforts on understanding what the topics are, when they're used, how to do them, and how to interpret them. So, okay, so you'll see that we have on tap for this week, content-wise, our intro or foray into some basic descriptive statistics, things like measures of central tendency, like the mean, median, mode, measures of dispersion or spread, like the standard deviation, variance, and the like. Histograms and concepts like kurtosis and skewness. Interesting thing about skew, whenever you hear that, oh, the data's skewed, it's opposite, really. The best way I try to tell people to think of skew, if something is left skewed, take your left hand and go like this. If something is right skewed, take your right hand and go like this. That's how to best describe the opposite nature of how the data is. Okay, so yeah, this homework, we have an Excel-based assignment. There's a little tutorial video down below that I made a while ago, actually, and I'm too lazy to update it. For all intents and purposes, the assignment is the same, just some of the data will be different. There's one little small hiccup in the video where it talks about the coefficient of variation. I don't know what my brain was thinking, but the actual formula, and I have this written down below, is the standard deviation divided by the mean. And for some reason, I calculated it correctly, but I keep saying it's the mean divided by the standard deviation. That's just simply not correct. So other than that, step by step, if you watch the video, you'll be able to pause it and do what you need to do to get through the assignment. And that assignment, really, you should be submitting one file. It should be an Excel workbook where each problem is its own worksheet. Okay, so I should just see one Excel workbook sitting there, and within it I should just see worksheets labeled question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. And you'll see I'll give you my take on how to do each of the questions, particularly things like the histogram. There's a couple different ways to do it, but I think my method of creating a pivot table, which is probably one of the most valuable things you'll learn in this class, makes that task a lot easier. So that's it for this week. Still easy week. If you have any questions about the assignment, don't be afraid to ask. If you're still a little trepidatious about the course, we have that tutor thing you can sign up for. That'll probably be helpful later on as things get a little more difficult and complex. Some people have asked about the article review assignment. Just so you know, I hate that assignment dearly. So typically what I do is I offer an alternative to that assignment, and I will talk more about that later on as time progresses. So I just think that the assignment itself doesn't fit within the objectives of this course, but we're forced to have a writing assignment, I guess, by the powers that be, and this is what the best that we have come up with, when clearly, in my opinion, there's a lot better alternatives out there that we could do. So that's that. Week 2, any questions, just ask.